I'm glad you brought up, though, the issue of drag characters, because there is something, I'm sure you've seen it online, that I wanted to get you to clarify anyway. Like, there's people that seem to not be understanding that. And I'm sure you've seen, like, there's like videos of people being like, oh, well, there's no accent in this video, but there's an accent in this video. And it's just like, do you understand the art form that you are talking about? So I just want to get your take on that, of when you see people talking about the lack of an accent in certain interviews and then the accent in the character of Salina.
Mm-hmm. So I have one as Jason too, especially when I get excited, when I'm talking really fast, like it's there.
Yeah.
You know, but you know, even growing up Latino, you have to learn how to acclimate in white society and talk very proper. Like that is code switching is a part of a person of color's like experience, you know? So I know how to do it all, and I can jump back to my regular, I can accentuate a little more, or I can talk very polite and like, you know, I don't know, quote unquote regular, you know?
Yeah.
So that's part of it. Another part of it is like, baby, it's drag. And, you know, on Drag Race, they really force you to break down all those characters so they can get to know the real you, which was an interesting, you know, and I knew that going into the show, but I didn't realize how far of a separation Salina and Jason were when I got into the show. So it was kind of jarring to me when I wasn't winning any challenge. I've been safe so far, you know, and like, you know, they're not understanding what I'm putting down, or they're like, we don't understand who you are yet. I got that critique, and I was just like, what do you mean you don't understand? Like, Salina's so obvious. And they're like, no, Jason. And I'm like, but they're the same thing, aren't they? Yeah. So like, it was just really, it was a battle for me to like kind of reconcile that on the show. And I think there's a nice pairing that happens throughout the season where I blend the two together.
Yeah.
And now off the season is like, I'm very that I can switch back and forth. And it's like, you all want to get to know me as a person. Well, this is me as a person, and I'm also this too, you know?
Mm-hmm. That's it's a very poignant way to say that. And I'm glad that you said the thing about code switching too, because I think that's something that not a lot of people coming from a certain background have to think about.